That should do it. Oh wait, we not ready. The music ain't playing. Hold up. I mean, this gives y'all time to, check into the live stream while, technical difficulties. I'm gonna edit this later when I finish the stream. But yeah, hold up. They gonna DMCA, whatever you call it, flag this, because they good on picking up instrumentals. All right, we here. We here. Welcome back to another episode of Elusive. I'm your host Nathan Dante, because I know I forget to mention that every episode, but if you've been watching and rocking with me so far, you should already know I'm your host Nathan Dante. This is Elusive, the podcast that by no means has a definition or name or title or whatever you want to call it. It is just elusive. It is your interpretation. It is where we like to come and talk about what's going on in the music world and entertainment and all that good stuff. So we're here. This is episode 23 because, again, I always forget to announce the number of the episode as well. But yeah, this is episode 23. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to leave a like on this video, because you know how YouTube algorithms be algorithming. But yeah, if you're if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, which will be up later, go on and head over to the YouTube channel, ELSV TV, so you could see the video and you could check in with, our live stream videos. And oh shit. My bad. I almost deleted the camera. Nah, I tapped the keyboard. Yeah, we all set up there. I see my stream. I see the comments. All right, we good. And if you enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more entertainment news, music news, mixes, brandy content, all things music. And yes, before we get into today's topics, I got a special guest in the building. Go on and introduce yourself for the people just in time for the song to go up.
Awesome sauce. So I am not going to use a fake name today. My name is Aisha. Yay.
Yay, you've been with us for like 3 or 4 episodes. If y'all don't remember, you can go back to a couple episodes.
Yes, I use the name Bubble Equasia and some other weird ones I don't remember.
But yeah.
I also have a tiny dog who's a psycho, so you might hear her in the background because she's crazy.
Yeah, if we hear this dog, yeah, I'm going to have to apologize for all of that noise. But yeah.
She likes to bark when she hears noises she don't like.
But yeah, let's get into the topics at hand. Of course, I had to start with that instrumental of Kelly Rowland's Ghetto, because like the Oscars, I seen there was a tweet that went out that said that was the Oscars, and they put a clip of Kelly Rowland saying "So Ghetto," and yeah, Oscars was ghetto this year apparently, which I have thoughts on that, but I feel like it's a good place to start with,
This is gonna be real fucked up, but they probably thinking this is what happens when we let too many black people in.
See, this is how they used an excuse to, continue saying, this is why we keep the Oscars so white. Yeah, I ain't slick.
Let all the black people in, and look what happens.
So, Should I play this Will Smith video before we dive into the nitty gritty?
Go right ahead.
I I mean, I'm sure everyone has seen this video, the slap that's been heard all around the world. But again, if you didn't see it, let's dive into it. And if the Oscars or whoever DMCA or flags my video because of this clip, I have fingers that's in the middle of my hand that they can look at.
あら、どうなんでしょうか。
Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Y'all should have heard it, and y'all already know what's being said in this clip.
Wow, dude.
Look how serious we're
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay?
And even though,
I could, okay.
the Oscars
That was a
censored what was
greatest
happening.
night in the history of
Us
television.
as black
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
read Will
So we are
Smith's
here
words and tell what he said.
To give a documentary out, to give an Oscar.
Chris Rock played it cool, and I guess he was a little bit
I
flustered,
think-
but got back into
Even
what he was
so, I think he did a really good job of staying composed
doing.
and doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, he even joked about it. He wasn't, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was pissed, but like, somebody just randomly come up and slap you, you're not gonna not be mad.
Oh, I wish I
think he
downloaded the
did.
Kevin Hart clip where it was like, he just slapped me.
I still think he did a really good job of
Oh my
staying on
God.
point and not going crazy. Like, he handled it as well as he should have, basically, is what I think. But
Did he deserve it?
some people, that's exactly what I was going to say. People are asking that, and on one hand, yes, but on another hand, no. He deserved it because Jada's been publicly telling people about her alopecia. So I'm pretty sure he knows about it because black people nosy. There's no way you don't know that. And she's been public about it. So there's no way you don't know that. So he shouldn't have said what he said. But that's why I think he deserved it. But he didn't deserve it because who deserves to get slapped on live TV? On something as fancy as the Oscars.
So
Like, there's so many ways Will Smith could have handled that, and that really wasn't it.
the way I feel is that I hate when people throw that narrative like, oh, it's the Oscars. There's a time and a place. Oh, you gotta
Either
be
way,
buttoned
it don't
up
ma-
and
it's not-
all conserved
It's not
because
even
we're at
just
the
about
Oscars.
the Oscars. It's not even just the Oscars. Like, no one deserves to get publicly slapped on TV in general.
But if you have it in you to publicly offend someone, you can't be surprised by how they react.
Exactly. And like, that could have went a whole nother way.
I mean,
How
they did
Chris
say,
Rock reacted.
what if Chris reacted? But
Exactly.
I feel like he knew
There'd
he
been
was
a fight.
wrong. He knew he was wrong. So like,
Yeah. And then that's the part that, and then everybody, I saw other things, people saying, are we not going to talk about the fact that Will laughed at it first? And I was like, yeah, he did. He did laugh at it. So he didn't have I mean, but it's also like, it's like how, hold on, I'm going to sneeze. No, it went away. So it's like how when people get made fun of at award shows, like when Kevin Hart hosts or another comedian hosts or whatever, they get made fun of. They just laugh it off because that's what you're supposed to do. So that's probably why Will laughed first. Not that it was funny, he was just laughing it off.
So,
but then
in the
he
video,
saw Jada
yeah, you see Jada's face.
uncomfortable, and that's when he's like, "Oh no, fuck this! I'm gonna go up there and slap that bitch."
They're like, oh, he should have waited till they went backstage. But I feel like again,
I feel like he should have waited until they were backstage or until he got him alone and then just talked about it. You don't just go up to somebody and I mean, I understand you feel like you're defending your wife's honor and that's sweet and all, but at the same time, by doing that, you embarrassed her too.
true.
Like you
But
embarrassed her more.
the way people are saying like he should have waited till they went backstage, or also an option what he could have done was address it in the microphone
In
on
his
stage
speech,
and
yes,
said,
when he
"Oh, don't
won.
do it." Yeah. But again, there's a saying that people say when you offend someone or when you disrespect someone in public, the apology has to be done in the same manner. So again, if he disrespects them publicly on stage in front of all of these people, now it's up to Will. I mean, not up to Will, but again, you should be disrespected in the same manner because you're disrespecting Jada in this public forum full of all of these people. So
Right, but like you better than that. And then I also saw a thing saying that so it's okay for him to go and slap somebody and then stay there and win an award and then talk about love and acceptance and blah 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 blah. And I was like, I mean,
oh,
I
to
agree.
highlight,
Like
he
at the
highlighted the part where, black people, especially black women, have to go through being disrespected all of the time and have to sit there and smile through it.
but that don't mean you take it upon yourself to go slap somebody.
So it's like you always have to compose yourself, act in a certain manner, laugh through it, smile through it when you're being disrespected. And it's not the first time Chris Rock has mentioned Jada in a disrespectful manner. When he hosted the Oscars in 2016, I seen a video. He also
What he said, I didn't
disrespected
see. I don't
them
watch the
about
Oscars, so I don't know nothing.
dang, I should have pulled the clip. But I think that was when it couldn't have been when the entanglement with
Oh,
August
August.
happened. But it was something that he made a joke of when he was opening the Oscars. And it's like all the people that's sitting in the audience, why do you constantly come for an
Maybe
attack,
because aren't they friends though? Like, don't you feel more comfortable making fun of your friends because your friends know you're just
And
joking?
that's the point that people are saying. Like Chris Rock is always in a room full of white people and cooning or degrading or disrespecting black people in a room full of white people.
Because they laugh at that shit. They think it's hilarious.
And it's like, why do you take? I mean, again, I don't even. What was he introducing an award? Why do
It's
you need
kind
to
of
make
like
jokes?
how if you get a comedian up there, they're gonna make jokes before they do the award. But it's kind of like how with the Justin Bieber roast, Kevin Hart was pissed throughout that entire roast, but it was funny as hell
But it's
because
like,
it was like how all the white comedians had someone write their jokes for them, but all the black people had to write their own stuff or something like that. He was mad. That's all I remember. He was pissed, and you could see he was. Was it the Bieber roast? I think it was the Bieber roast. That's the only one he ever
so
did.
here's the question: do comedians have the right to joke about something that offends people because they're making people laugh?
I don't think so. I feel like he was wrong for what he said because, like I said, there's no way he couldn't have known about Jada's alopecia. She's
I mean, she's
publicly
been
announced it.
very
She's
vocal
been
about it,
exactly,
and it's very
exactly, and
clear. The
exactly.
moment she
Like
had to
there's no
shave her
way.
hair, she said it.
There's no way he doesn't know that. So I feel like not it's not just a mental illness, but illness in general should not be made fun of. And for that, he deserved to get that slap heard around the world.
So here's where we are now. This is what's pissing me off. We're still talking about it. I didn't want to talk about it, but everyone's talking about it, so we got to talk about it. But now they're going as far as to say that there reviewing whether or not they should take Will's Oscar away for his behavior at the Oscars.
I feel like they shouldn't take it away because that doesn't diminish the fact that he's an excellent actor. He just had a poor judgment
Who should
moment
have
in
also
defense
won
of his
Oscars
wife.
previously to this movie, but here we are.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, white people love Venus and Serena, so they're like the Tiger Woods of tennis.
And they will
But
disrespect them to
still,
their face and expect them to, smile through it like
exactly, exactly,
whatever
exactly,
that thing they were at.
exactly. But I don't think they should take it away from him because, like I said, it doesn't diminish the fact that he's an excellent actor. He just had an emotional, poor judgment moment, and that it happened. But you take it away, you already won it, so you can take it if you want. He already won it.
And it's like anybody who gets the award, if they decide to, they didn't deserve it. But
That one moment should not define whether he deserves an award for an amazing performance. Is all I'm saying.
so my thoughts on that
It's
is,
kind of like how everybody was mad at Chris Brown when he punched Rihanna in the face. We don't know what happened. Maybe she deserved it. I'm not saying anybody deserves to get punched in the face, but we don't know what she said to get punched in the face.
no one ever deserves that, and no male
No
should
one ever
ever put
deserves
their
it.
hands on a
No,
woman
not at
ever,
all. But like I
no
said, we
matter
don't
what
know what
has
happened there.
happened.
I
But
agree. You just have to add that PSA.
yes, because I don't agree with that. He shouldn't have put his hands
I
on her,
don't.
no matter what she
He
did.
he shouldn't have, but we don't know what happened. And then everybody hated him for it. But it's like you don't know what happened. He shouldn't have done it. But like Will Smith, it was the heat of the moment. You don't know what happened. I mean, we know what happened with Will Smith. Everybody knows. But
See,
I'm just trying to,
my thing is
comparison.
that if they gonna try to, debate whether or not they're gonna take the Oscar away or remove it from him, there are plenty of actors, directors, writers, and people who are now caught up in some sexual harassment scandals who have won Oscars in the past. Do you
hmm
now remove their winnings
hmm
because of all of the allegations that they're facing?
They should. I mean, if you're gonna take it away for a poor judgment moment, then which is not. I mean, it's bad, but it's not as bad as all that other stuff you said. Then all those other people should also have the same punishments. But then, isn't it like Oscars they won years ago? Like this is recent. So would they take it away from years ago?
So if they won an Oscar for a movie that the actress filed a suit for sexual misconduct or harassment and the movie won, shouldn't that movie or whoever was involved in the production be held accountable in the same way?
Only I feel like yes, but only if it's like recent winning, like this Oscars winning. Like
So
say like they won and then and then right after they won the actor was like, nah, he tried to put his hands on me. And then they go okay, we might need to take this back. But if it was like years ago, it's kind of too late.
so again, it already happened. Will already won, so they shouldn't take it away.
I never said that they should. I agree, they should not. Just because he had poor judgment for an instance doesn't dismiss his genius acting. That man is amazing
This is
when
why
it
I
comes to
don't watch
acting.
award shows. But I do
I stopped
wanna
watching award shows when music got bad
I do wanna
and
talk
repetitive.
about Beyonce. I know you have your opinions on
Yeah,
Beyonce, but she didn't
that
win
Untitled
her
Beyonce.
Oscar for best song. So
For
my
what
thought,
song?
so the song from the King Richard soundtrack, she has a song on there. So every movie that was nominated for best picture, I believe a song from the soundtrack was performed. So
Uh,
Beyonce opened the Oscars. they made a big press release or they big announcement. Beyonce's performing. This is her first performance in a long time. She's performing. I mean, she's rehearsing in this secluded, soundproof arena where no one can hear anything, and they make a big deal about Beyonce being at the show. Beyonce then goes. I don't know if her performance was taped or whatever, but she performed at a location outside of the Oscars, and it was
Right.
this big production. Best performance. I didn't see the other performances, but again, Beyonce takes performing to a whole nother level. And
Sure does.
for them to go out of their way to kind of promote everything around Beyonce opening the show, then to not give the song that's opening the show, whatever the
What it
category
is?
is.
They knew she wasn't going to win. They know the winners beforehand. That's number one. Number two,
But
they
they do
did
this
that
every
to get
time.
more people to watch it because it's Beyonce.
They do
So
this
everybody's
every
going
time.
to tune in so they can get the numbers and the ratings and shit.
But then they do this every time. Why build up your award show around Beyonce? Have her there. She's nominated for an Oscar, and you don't give it to her. I don't even know any of the other songs that were nominated. But of course, we all knew that Billie Eilish was going to win because she's Hollywood's it girl.
She sure is. You can't.
The song might
really,
be good. The song might be good.
She's very talented when it comes to writing music.
But I just feel like even with the Grammys, they go out of
I'm
their
not a
way.
fan, but I heard some of her songs, and then her and her brother wrote all the songs for Turning Red, and I like those songs. So they're talented.
Yeah, no question. But it's a recurring pattern where they build up a show around Beyonce being there, put her in the front row, pan to her often so we could see her. Then when we get to the main categories at the Grammys or at this show, best song, she don't win.
Because they want people to watch to see if she's gonna win. Beyonce brings numbers.
And then,
Sad but true.
with that fact, why isn't that enough for Beyonce to win?
Because maybe the song that won was better.
All right, let's talk about Grammys then. So, as many Grammys as Beyonce has, she may only have one, but I don't think she's ever won Record of the Year, Album of the Year, Song of the Year.
I don't have no comments.
And then the year that Taylor Swift won, I think Taylor Swift won one year. Beck won when Beyonce was nominated. I think Beck won. When Lemonade was nominated,
But you see, we can't really talk about it though because we don't know these other people's music.
So when Lemonade lost, it lost to Adele. We've heard Adele's album, so that's all right. If Beyonce's
Adele
gonna
is
lose,
like Beyonce.
exactly.
Exactly.
So if Beyonce's gonna lose, Adele is a great choice because she makes great music. But have you heard Beck?
I don't even know who that is.
No one's heard that album. No one.
Well, someone's heard it.
The Academy. The people who were voting and decided we're not going to give Beyonce an award for her self-titled album.
Someone's heard it.
And it's like they purposely go out of their way to make sure Beyonce does not win any of the major categories. Last person to win it is still Lauryn Hill.
You mean last black person?
Yes.
I mean, that was a great album. Like, to this day, that's still that.
But there's been plenty of artists.
make one album and never again, that's the one.
Like, it's surprising when you think that far back. Alicia Keys did not win any of those major categories. Beyonce hasn't won any of those.
I still feel like we don't know these other people's music, so we can't really just say it just because they black or just because it's who we like. We don't know these other people's music.
But again, you listen to a lot of different genres.
Sure do. Go ahead, just put it out there. K-pop.
K-pop is somewhat, I mean, I guess, what's the group?
Or are you talking about the one I hate?
Yes,
I mean, I don't hate them.
the one that's crossed over to us.
BTS.
BTS.
Them bastards.
They've been nominated. I'm not sure.
They
might
are
have
not
won.
the best.
They might have won, but
that's well deserved. You don't. I mean, I may be tired of them because they're everywhere, but they work hard for very
Beyonce
little.
don't work hard.
I'm not saying she don't, but like they do like how many albums a year? They don't just do one album a year. They do like 2 or 3. And then they also do all these videos, all these performances, and then
Sounds like
their
Beyonce.
companies shut up. Their companies practically own their lives. They don't make that much money, which is why they put out so many albums a year. They work hard. And I'm not saying that no artist doesn't work as hard as them, because I'm pretty sure everybody in the music industry works hard just to be number one.
Here's the
you
question.
have to, because that's how the music industry is. But they
as
do
popular
work. As much
as they are,
they do work.
They
really
music
hard.
come across your ears.
What do you mean? Oh,
there's no way you won't hear their music.
Oh no, I don't hear their music. Not any. I haven't heard anything in the past 2 years because I don't listen to it.
All right, here's an example.
Okay, go ahead.
Even though I don't listen to Taylor Swift can come across my, like, I will hear a song from Taylor Swift like if I'm out, I will hear Taylor Swift in the mall or Adele in the mall. Like, these are songs you hear. Justin Bieber, all of these artists, you hear them. There's no way an album from Beck that no one's like, you won't hear it anywhere.
Maybe he was big on the radio. I don't know.
What else was in the category?
I don't even know who he is, Jonathan.
Yeah, this was 2015 album of the year.
I feel like the name is it's familiar, but I don't really know.
I'm not taking away like he's not like a talented musician, but usually the artists that are nominated, you've heard from them.
I don't know.
Right.
It is what it is, sir.
Album
Can't
of the
get
year.
mad about the way the world is.
But it's consistent that, you know, they build all of these stuff off of black women and black talent, and then prop us up in the front row, and then make sure we get to see someone else taking over a award that we worked extra hard for.
Can't get mad about how the world works, Jonathan.
I mean, don't ask for Beyonce to open your show and be at your award show.
Shouldn't have to do it.
She didn't. I'm sure, you know, in Beyonce fashion.
I feel like on some level she knew that she wasn't gonna win.
Which is why she did the smart thing, which is what I believe she did, was she taped it was a well shot performance of the song, and I'm sure she sold it to them. She still owns it, but she sold it to them so they can play it as a part of the show.
Probably.
So it was like, oh, y'all not gonna give me my award, but y'all gonna pay for having my performance open your show. And I'm sure she's been, all right, yeah, here we go. 2010, Taylor Swift, Fearless, won over I Am Sasha Fierce.
Is that the
Uh,
one where Kanye jumped on the stage?
nah, that was at the MTV Awards. He
Ah,
won.
yes, MTV.
He knew better. You can't do that at the Grammys, as they say. You can't be slapping Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars. Can't be behaving like that in these well prestige arenas.
You shouldn't behave like that at all.
All right. Beck won in 2015. Beyonce's self-titled album was nominated. Pharrell's Girl album was nominated.
I
Sam
like that
Smith
album.
in The Lonely Hour was nominated. Ed Sheeran, what is this?
But there she
Multiply.
go.
All of
Girl was
these
my shit.
albums I've heard of except Beck.
Yeah, no one's heard of that.
So if
I mean, I
Beyonce
know who.
wasn't going to
Hey,
win, I would have been I would not have been okay with Sam Smith winning. But Sam Smith had
no,
that
but
was his
Pharrell.
debut, or Pharrell, and Happy was probably song of the year.
Yeah, Happy was on that album. But then again, Happy was probably the only song that was no. Wasn't the one with Alicia Keys a single too? I love that one too.
But yeah, that's our award shows, and that's why I've checked out and I don't watch.
I stopped watch. I never watched for who wins what. I would only watch for performances. But the moment music started to suck, I stopped watching.
Nah, I feel about music.
It sucks.
You don't constantly check in with the good artists, so the music that
I
you check
don't. I'm
for,
behind.
yeah, there's some
And
good
it's not
music out
even, I
there.
know what you're trying to say, and I don't just go and check for K-pop only. It's when I open YouTube, it's
Yo,
there, so that's what
YouTube's
I look at.
algorithms is going to algorithm for you, and you gonna get
hmm
K-pop.
It gives me K-pop first before it gives me anything else, and it's not that. And then on top of that, I don't just listen to K. I listen to a lot of things no one's really heard of. So
I can tell from
it's
YouTube, like
YouTube.
Tiana Taylor is always what YouTube recommends to me, which is weird. I mean, it's not weird because I do watch her videos over and over, but if I watch anybody's song, the next video to play will be Tiana Taylor every time. I
And
play
for me, it's
Brandy,
different because
Tiana
I don't
Taylor.
watch videos over and over. I watch it once, decide if I like it, and then that's it.
So should we even touch on the new music that I planned on talking about?
That's up to you, sir. I have no comments because I have no idea what you're talking about. But go ahead.
I mean, I already told you I was going to bring up Normani.
Yep, never heard it.
You haven't heard the song, but that's besides the point. The audience will hear a little snippet of it, and then I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Okay.
YouTube better calm their titties because I'm referencing the song. Y'all don't need to flag it.
Oh, they gonna flag it. But can they flag it on the live stream?
No,
Like, isn't it like already too late?
no. It just means that I won't be monetized. I'm not at the point to get monetized anyway, so that's all I'm gonna play. Hopefully, But she got a new record out. It's called Fair. This is probably the sixth. I feel like I'm counting 6 records that she already dropped. But a lot of the consensus is saying that it's taking so many singles because we as an audience don't know who Normani is. And none of the records are connecting because of that reason. And I'm just like, there are a lot of artists who drop music and we love the music and we don't need to know their whole personal life story to get into the music. And I feel like
How? So
with
that's what you meant. You wanted to talk about. No, well, we could talk about. I can talk about. I can't talk about the songs. I've never heard of it, but I can talk
yeah.
about this topic. Continue.
And it's just like, why do they put so much pressure on black women?
Here's. Oh, okay. You said black people. Never mind.
I mean, it could be anybody, but I just feel like this is
No,
a
because I was gonna say
consistent thing.
how you saying that no one knows Normani, so they're not connecting. But then I was like, what about Sia? Nobody knows a thing about her. She comes on stage in a wig that covers her face. We don't even know what she
Exactly.
looks like.
That's a good point. Nobody cares what Sia looks like.
But you all love her.
Why do we need to know Normani's backstory? Like, she didn't just come from a whole group, and they had #1
Like we know that
records.
backstory. Isn't that enough?
And then, how much do we really know about Beyonce? But what
As
she
much
tells
as she
us
wants
when
us
she
to
drops
know.
music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every
Oh,
artist
but
has like
but then
this.
was it Homecoming? Now they feel like they know her because she cried on camera. Talk about my life is so hard. I just don't know what to do. Bitch, take a break. You can do that. You Beyonce. Your life is so hard and you tired. Stop working.
You can't
Problem
take a
solved.
break when everyone is anticipating you to return
Who cares?
and
It's
to
your
continue
life.
doing it.
It's your life. You
It's the
do
same
what you
thing
want.
with Rihanna. Everyone's anticipating a new album from her, and she got to keep saying it because every time she goes anywhere, everyone's gonna bring up, "When are you doing new music?" Same thing with Janet.
If she they don't, it's their life. I feel like they shouldn't have to answer those questions. Just if anyone asks that question, when I feel like it, that's the answer. That's it. But getting back to what you were saying about Normani, this doesn't apply to me because I don't give a fuck about anybody.
I
Plain
mean,
and
for me,
simple.
it's just
I could not,
listen
as
to the
much as you
records,
love.
like the
Thank you.
song or
As
not.
much as you, thank you. As much as you like to make fun of the fact that how much I love K-pop, I could not tell you the names of any of those
None of the
boys.
artists, none of their life
I
story.
don't know none of their names. I
Just
don't
that
know
they
how
make
old they
music that
are.
sounds like R&B
That's
from
it.
the 90s.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I know. It sounds good to me. That's all I know.
Oh,
I don't know the names.
let's
I don't
talk
know where they
about it.
live.
Let's talk about it because I wanted to send you a picture, but I didn't do it. But there's an artist who I don't know her name because, all the K-pop fall into the same category and they all sound and look the same. But there's a
That's
K-pop
my theory too.
there's a K-pop artist who has a song and video
hmm
that
hmm
sounds and looks very close to a Tinashe song and video.
Okay.
Tinashe has now, I don't know if this is
She's
planned
done songs
or,
with K-pop people. She has a song with Far East Movement,
I mean, maybe
and
that's
they love
it.
her over there.
But I
They love
think
her over there.
with her latest project, she's like leaned into looking like a K-pop artist who's imitating an artist from here while being
Mm.
herself. So it's like you have the look that they're trying to copy and be. So like, why not create the image that
I don't feel
they're
like
trying to
they're
copy and
trying to
do?
copy. I don't feel like they're trying to copy. I mean, you can't. Have you seen these outfits? They're not trying to copy us. Trust me.
I feel
Them
like the
outfits
sound
does
and,
not
and
say.
some of the videos I've
It's
seen looks like
it's not
videos
even
that I've
just
seen.
that. I mean, they may be inspired by our style of music over here, but you also gotta remember most of these people, they also have English writers. Like there's a lot of,
Yeah,
even one of them, I forget
writers
her
who write
name.
for artists here,
Yes,
they go get that
Charlie. Her name
bag
is
by going over there.
exactly, exactly. Her
Which I
name
need
is
to do.
Charlie Taff.
I need to do that.
I love her. She writes for K-pop artists, and then they actually let her release her own music on the K-pop label, which was, it's not weird, but it's kind of weird. But still, she's amazing. She writes for them. She has her own music on their label.
I
So
mean, I
it's
guess.
not just that they're trying to copy us. A lot of
I
them
mean, the
have
money is
English
over
writers.
there,
Even
and
Bruno
yeah.
Mars wrote a song for one of
Okay.
my favorite people.
Okay. The money is there, and
I mean,
because the way we treat music
Bruno's
here,
version is you see that the way we treat. I mean, and then you can't even say like their music is good. Like, first of all, All them bitches can sing.
Some of the music
Every
is good.
single one of them.
Some of it is.
Every single one of them can sing. We don't have they don't have Taylor Swift over there. They don't have Selena Gomez. I can't even. I want to say Miley, but sometimes she be sounding real good, and then sometimes she don't. It just depends on the song, I guess. But they don't have people over there that can't sing. They all can sing. They all can dance their asses off. They ain't got no Fergies over there. Fergie can't dance. She can choreograph. She can't actually.
And
dance.
it's more marketable, and they can make a lot of money over there. So
Exactly.
all the songs I've written, I need to start, getting them to these artists over there, so they could do my R&B, K-pop,
a lot of them,
whatever.
And then a lot of them break off from their companies and start their own labels, and then they hire outside people who aren't Korean. Like Hyolyn, all of her dancers are either Black or Spanish. I mean, I'm sure she probably has some Korean in them, but the majority of them are Black. Her choreographer, I think she's Spanish.
Everyone appreciates the culture, but when the culture comes from us, is what I'm getting every time.
I don't think so. I think they like it from us. They just don't want to give us awards for it, is what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
They want us in the room, but not on the stage.
I can't even say that because they put Beyonce.
Nah, Beyonce created her own stage and said, I'm not performing up there. I feel like she did the smart thing by creating her own production and sold it to them, because it looks very well put together. Like, if she didn't have a microphone, it could have just been a music video for the song. But I mean, you got to make moves like that because they'll capitalize off of your work, and like they did, have her in the audience, pan to her 100 times, make it look like this is the Beyonce honoring ceremony, and then give the awards to Billie Eilish. Not saying that Billie Eilish didn't probably deserve it, but how many award shows, and Beyonce is almost on what, her 7th studio album. You want to count the soundtrack, 8th studio album, and she hasn't gotten any major awards.
But it's at the same time, it's the Oscars. Do you really expect them to give it to a Black person?
Then don't ask for Beyonce to open your show.
Like, I'm surprised Will Smith won anything, but then again, white people love Will Smith, so.
I mean, it's because, they just gave Samuel L. Jackson an honorary Oscar. So it's like, they've done work over these years that they've deserved Oscars multiple times. Denzel deserves multiple Oscars.
He sure does.
And
Training Day alone should be like 5 Oscars.
And it's just like, all right, you get the one for all of your achievements throughout your whole career. Like, he's finally getting his Oscar because of all the work he's done. Not saying that he didn't do a great job in King Richard. I haven't seen it yet, but
no
it took
desire
till
to
now.
watch it whatsoever.
Like, Ali should have gotten an Oscar.
Sure should have. That one episode on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he was like, "Why did my father want me?" That should have got an Oscar. That one scene. Best scene ever.
They said the way it looked like it was staged when he slapped Chris Rock, he should get an Oscar for making people believe that it wasn't serious.
You didn't really see his hand connect. You really didn't. You didn't hear it, but you felt it, especially after he sat down and screamed, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth" twice. Then you felt that slap. But you're right. You didn't see it connect or nothing. You just saw a hand. That's another thing I want to say. What bitch walks up to another man and instead of punching him, go, "Oh no, I'm just gonna slap the shit out of you"?
It's more disrespectful to get smacked than punched in the face.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
It looks worse if he would have punched them.
I mean, you already went up there to assault him. You might as well take it all the way. Is
that really assault?
Yes. It was uncalled for, unwarranted, no one asked for it.
It was uncalled for to be directing your joke to the black people in the room every time you're on stage in these white forums.
I don't know, Jonathan.
I guess. Maybe he didn't deserve to be slapped in public, but again,
Nope, not in public.
you don't get to
Not ever.
You don't get to say stuff that's offensive and expect to get away with it. And when you've done it multiple times, I guess, at some point, somebody is going to have to, knock some sense into you.
That's not going to stop him, though.
I mean, he could say whatever he wants. He's a comedian. But again, don't give the guidelines that because you're a comedian, you can say whatever you want, no matter how offensive it is. My only thing with this whole situation is how there's like 100 different think pieces and different things being brought up that has nothing to do with what happened. And now it's like, all right, he might lose his Oscar. Oh, now his legacy's tarnished. Now he's not going to be in no other movies. Now nobody's watching any of... Like, all those things is like nonsense.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't cast him in anything for a while. I really wouldn't be surprised. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Chris Rock starts showing up in more things because he got slapped. I wouldn't be surprised.
That was the other takeaway. Like, why does it only occur when it's a black artist? So if this was anybody else, I'm sure we would be done talking about it. But because it's a black man and because it's Will Smith, it's this big thing that, he's ruining his career, he's tarnishing his brand and all this stuff.
Well, I don't even think it's just that. I think it's the fact that of what happened, like, it was just so unexpected. Like, if anybody could have done that and they'd still be talking about it because it was so unexpected. Like, do you really expect someone to get slapped at the Oscars like that?
Here's a prime example.
Or anywhere?
Maybe it's not the same, but what is it? Alec Baldwin that was filming the movie, and they had a gun that was a prop, but it was loaded, and he ended up killing the person that was in the scene. We're not talking about that anymore. We're not talking about what happens.
I never even heard about it in the first place.
Oh yeah, he shot someone on set while they were filming the scene, and the gun was supposed to be a prop, but it was loaded, and the safety was off.
My question is, if it's a prop, it shouldn't have been able to get fired in the first place. Like, not to the point where it kills somebody. And then even if it's a prop, why are there real bullets in it?
That was the thing. So, like, who's at fault? Alec Baldwin for shooting the gun, or the people around that didn't check that the prop wasn't loaded and the safety wasn't
So here's the thing. I don't understand how prop weapons work, but clearly if it's a prop, it sounds like they're using real guns. So real guns, for the scenes, they have to look like they've been fired, right? I get that. Why are there real bullets in it?
No one checked. So who's at fault?
Not him. He's doing his job. How's that his fault? So if the scene called for him to shoot somebody, then that's the gun they gave him. How is it his fault?
So again, he's been in this terrible situation. Nobody's saying, oh, he murdered someone and calling him all these names and all this stuff and trying to, remove him from films and stuff and trying to ruin his career over it. He gets it swept under the rug and gets a pass. But he still killed someone.
But it wasn't his fault. I don't think it was his fault. Other people might see it differently, but I don't think that was his fault.
It was like at some point, I don't think I got it right. I might have to look into it, but I believe they weren't actually in the scene yet. So I gotta make sure I say this
maybe
correct.
They were just practicing. People do that too. They practice.
Because like he just was holding the gun and it went off and it shot someone that was on set. And because no one
I
checked
just wanted.
that the
I don't
gun
think it's his
wasn't.
fault. Whether it was part of the scene or he was just holding it or that he was practicing, either way, it's not his fault. If it's a prop, why is it loaded with real bullets? That's not his fault. Just talk to the prop people.
So yeah, they weren't filming, I don't believe, but he was holding the gun because they were about to film the scene, but he was pointing the gun and pointed gun against all rules and common sense and fired it. So if you're not actually in the scene to film and actually shoot the weapon, which is a prop, you pointing it while you're not actually filming and pulling the trigger, is it not still his fault?
No, because it's a prop. The definition of a prop is fake, right? I mean, it's not the exact definition, but
No, it's a
one
prop
of the meanings.
meaning we're using this for the movie, but it's a real weapon, and they were all
Oh, I thought,
they
okay.
all
Oh,
knew
so
that it was a
then,
real weapon.
now it gets dicey. Now it gets dicey. Or as Sexy Dean was saying, now we're cooking with grease.
I mean, I guess they're investigating it, and no word has actually been said, but it feels like this happened, and it's been
I still
swept
don't
under the
understand.
rug, and no one's talking about it
I
anymore.
I don't understand because even if it's a prop, why would you put real bullets in a prop? Like, why don't you put
So
blanks?
yeah,
Why don't you put
but the thing is, no one
pellet,
checked,
whatever?
and I don't know. I
I
don't
still
know.
don't think
I
it's
don't
his
know.
fault though. Makia, stop it. I still don't think it's his fault because it's a prop and I
So
honestly
it's
don't
like, all
understand
right,
why.
as an actor, I'm getting ready to film a scene, and I have the prop weapon. I shouldn't be pointing it around. And also, the gun is real. So even if it is a prop, you should have some level of, let me make
Common sense.
sure it's not loaded if I'm going to pull the trigger. Let me make sure the safety's on just in case. Not just
Okay,
point and shoot.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. He shouldn't have been waving around like that and trying to. You're right, but at the point that he's about to shoot a scene and they give him the gun, and then he feels like it's a prop. It shouldn't actually work.
Maybe.
It'd be
But
different if he wasn't about to shoot a scene with a gun. He just picked it up and said, "Hey, I wonder if this works," and then shot someone.
the point I'm trying to make is that no one's really trying to cancel or remove him from stuff, and we're up in arms because it's Will Smith over a slap. No one died.
I agree. No, just
Chris
two
Rock
people
didn't
got
want to
super
press
embarrassed
charges.
because he knew he was wrong.
He apologized.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened
He
except someone got
apologized.
slapped and two people were super embarrassed.
Now your
That would
whole
be Jada and
career
Chris.
and legacy is tarnished, and now we gotta take back your Oscar. Like, get out of here. I feel like with what's the word?
Can you hear her?
No, like the pressure
Okay, good.
is a lot harder when it comes to Black people. Like, we're not allowed it.
Wow. Oh, I know which word you mean.
You know
Go
what I
ahead.
mean. We're not
Yes, you
that
said it
way.
right.
Okay, we're not given, the leeway to make mistakes or mess up. It's automatic cancel. Now they're gonna run with this, and now it's like, oh, this is why we got to change things up. Now, that's what pissed me off. It's like, all right, he did that. He apologized directly after he got his award. We should move on from it. Why are we still talking about it? Why are we pulling up all these things from years ago? Why are we bringing up, oh, he should have had the same energy for August when Jada was talking about being entangled with him? Like, all of those things is irrelevant.
I'm pretty sure if he was in the room alone with that man, he probably would have destroyed him or tried to. I don't know who would have won that fight.
It was just like, Everybody making all these big think pieces like, all right, he won the Oscar, he apologized, let's move on. Let's not drag this out into, oh, he shouldn't behave like this. Oh, he's violent. He need anger management. All these things. Like, nobody knows nothing, which was the tweet that I read earlier off cam. But I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't know any of these people in real life. So
Nope.
mind the slap that hits you. Everybody upset like they got slapped. Nah.
Right?
Chris Rock is alright. He ain't press charges. Will apologize to the Academy. Let's move on.
Please. Man, it is cold in here.
But yeah, that's all the topics I had today. I ain't got no new mixes
look at
to
me.
make.
I participated for all of them.
Yeah, I ain't got no mixes ready. So next episode we'll get some new music. Oh, I do. Yeah, I'll save that for next episode, or might be a bonus episode for Patreon. So if you haven't, go on and head over to patreon.com/ELSV for some bonus content and bonus audio and mixes and stuff, because that's where all the good stuff is. What else? Check out the website. As you can see, this is my elusive merch. So if you want some elusive merch, check out the website, ELSV.net. We got our exclusive merch box. Get yours at ELSV.net. Any creative stuff, merch, design work, check out the website, because we are on top of that. And if you need any creative services, we are your brand. You got anything you want to say to the audience, Aisha?
I was doing your background music. You heard it?
Thank you for reminding me. Let's put the ghetto back on. Because the Oscars this year. Hold up. That was another point that I had to make at the top of the pod. But why? Because it's two black people, and rightfully so, Chris Rock gets a slap across the face. Is it subtly deemed that this is ghetto and this shouldn't be happening in such places? And we the double standards.
You hear
the double
you hear
standards.
the frustration in your voice? Because I do.
Yes, the double standards that, had it been two white people, it would not be ghetto. It would not be this big think piece. It would not. We would be done talking about it the next day. We probably wouldn't even be talking about it. It probably wouldn't even air. They probably would have censored it as soon as it happened and went to commercial or whatever, and we wouldn't even know unless we were in the room. But yeah, that's another whole thing, and that's what's annoying. But before we get out of here, if you've been rocking with me this long, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, go on and head over to YouTube so you can see us all in visual. I see I've been streaming too long because the stream's starting to act up. But yeah, head over to YouTube so you can see our visual to the audio. Check out the website, ELSV.net. Check us out on Patreon for bonus content. That's patreon.com/ELSV. I'm your host, Nathan Dante. This is episode 23 with my special guest, Aisha. And until next time, I will catch y'all all in the next video.